begin analyzing the last game, but we get our new opponent. Let's go knight f3, prevent e5. c4 runs into e5, which is why I think knight f3 first is an accurate move order. Here bishop e3 is the system Fode recommends. Knight c3, queen d2. And then now castles is impossible actually. What if I try this very sharp move? Not sure how great it is objectively, but I have an idea at least. Let's go bishop here, and then I guess a pre-move taking on e5. Wait, I just hung a pawn, wow. That's rather surprising. I just gave up a pawn, guys. Wow. It's a bit strange. Yeah, everything seems to be going wrong, yeah? How can I play Title Tuesday? You need to get a title. Yeah, chess beast, Takavaligro. See you soon. I guess I'll take on d8 and then I'll castle, queenside. But yeah, something has clearly gone wrong. I just forgot that she could take my pawn. What to do next? Bishop b5 allows c6 with a tempi. Yeah, I'm just down an entire central pawn here for no compensation. Okay, her king is slightly exposed, but doesn't really matter when she's a pawn up. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Trying to go for a swindle. Now the idea next is knight c5, perhaps, which she prevents. Let's go bishop e3 with the idea of bishop c5. She just goes b6, neutralizing all my ideas. Yeah, b6 is a very nice move, which she finds. That's rather annoying. Let's try and push the f pawn. I'm not sure if I want to go for f5 at some point. I probably don't. Okay. Yeah, bishop c6 is a pretty nice in-between move, attacking my knight. Guess I'm gonna have to make an awkward move with the knight, like knight c3. What if a boy spends the... No, but then eventually, quite quickly when we start dating, I'll realize he's a boy and then it will all be over, yeah? Then that'll be the end of that dating career. Yeah, Lemus Christian, I know that's rather weird. So, let's go g4, I guess, with the idea of f5. Trying to create counterplay, but honestly it's not a real counterplay. But I have ideas of bishop f4, maybe putting pressure on this pawn on c7, but clearly I'm just a pawn down here. Just a pawn down. So it's no reason to resign, especially in blitz chess. A lot of things can happen. Let's go bishop f4, threaten the pawn on c7. I don't know if pushing h4 g5 is something I want. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe the next move h4 with the idea of g5 is not so stupid, because then I have f6 ideas. Knight e8 is rather passive, I'd say. Now there should be some way for me to gain an initiative. I'm just gonna play bishop d3, threaten the pawn on g6. Let's go bishop g3, I guess. Okay, I mean, I have a tiny bit of piece activity as compensation for the pawn now. How do you get 2k points? You just watch my channel for some time and then you get it. Also, I think if you watch ads or something, it helps get you even more channel points. And let's go rook here, reinforcing the idea of f6 at some point. I would love to play f6. I don't see how I will make it happen, but I think there is this saying about if you see how you're going to make your goals happen, then your goals aren't big enough. So judging by this saying, the goal of playing f6 is big enough. I think you get free 220 channel points every hour you watch. So if you watch like 10 hours, you will get a little bit more than 2000 channel points. Okay, now my opponent gives me the bishop pair and is very weak on the dark squares, but on the other hand gets my structure is now rather weakened. not so easy to find plants, but now I at least have the bishop pair. You need to get a title first, brainstormed. Ah, yeah, that would be cool, cat's chess. I don't know, for all I know, there might be. There might be. Let's try h4. I'm not sure if c4 followed by knight e4 is an idea. It could be. Now I take on g5. Yeah, rook g8 is a somewhat surprising decision. Now it seems as if I should be able to get a slight initiative, but it's not so easy to find out how to get this initiative going. Not sure if f6 is something I want. It could be. Or taking on e6. I have a couple of options. I'll go rook d1, put some indirect pressure on this knight, perhaps. I'm not sure if pushing a4 is something I would like to at some point. It could be. Yeah, this is perhaps a rather nice move. Gonna have to go bishop here, but this is not what I intended to. And now I gave away the initiative to my opponent. That's not great. I have the idea of bishop c5 at some point, if she's being careless. Let's go rook here, hoping for bishop c5, praying. Come on, let me get in some nasty bishop c5 stuff. Come on. I want it. I want the bishop c5 move to happen. But she doesn't. Yeah, that's the little issue. That is the issue. My opponent does not consent to me playing bishop c5. Yeah, I'm playing on a touchpad, so it takes forever to make a move, which is why I'm afraid I might even get flagged, which is a bit sad. But it is what it is. We'll go rook here, follow with upward rook f2 maybe. Let's pre-move taking on c3 with the king. And then I'll go bishop c6, threatening this pawn on f6. Also ideas of rook e3 at some point, perhaps. Okay, she gives up a lot of material there. And I also get a very good pass d pawn. So, you know, my opponent has suddenly given me a lot of counterplay. A lot of counter chances. Now I'm up an entire rook, but down a few pawns. Let's say she goes... let's take here and go bishop here, preventing the pawn from being pushed further. Maybe a3 next. Then try and win the b4 pawn. Yep. Something like bishop here, controlling this promotion square. And then just pick up the pawns with my king. I'm gonna have to take here and then here. Then I want to push my c pawn until it becomes a queen eventually.